Had my mic muted.
I was like, wait, no.
Yeah. I'm sitting here talking. It was still muted. Welcome to another episode of the Morning Brew podcast, everyone. Good morning. Hope everyone's having a good day. Started off on a good foot. Um, Let us know in the comments what kind of coffee you're drinking, what you're doing this morning. Um, Sarita, you said your kids are on spring break, correct?
Yes. We are on
How's
spring
that?
break.
How's that going?
It's going. It's going. I am like, I don't know. After coming back from Florida, I'm just exhausted.
hmm Have they been
Kids.
on spring break since Monday?
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
left Thursday. So they missed a
hmm
little bit of school last week. And then they've been off all this week.
Nice. How was the wedding?
Oh my gosh. It was
hmm
just like wonderful. So they actually got married in Portugal.
Okay, yeah, that's what I
And
was going to ask you.
yeah, so then they came back and we had the reception at my sister's house in Florida,
hmm
and everything was outside. So I have like scabs all over my body. I look crazy because they have these um like no-see-um bugs is what they're called.
Yeah,
Dude, they're awful. Awful.
just
And
be
everything was outside. So we were outside, so like till the neighbors called the cops.
yeah, y'all was partying it up there.
Yeah, we were. That's why. So like we did the silent disco
Yeah,
for like an hour, maybe somewhere around give or take an hour. Yeah, they still came. They left. They were just like, nah, nothing to see here. But we were outside forever. So I am ate up, dude. I look awful. Awful.
what are those bugs called?
No seams.
Do they sting or do they bite?
They bite.
So
And
they
they're
was just biting out there. God damn.
literally like I'm sitting at the table for dinner and I'm like talking with my cousin that I haven't seen
Yeah.
in probably, I don't even know, maybe like 20 years. It's been that long. And I'm like, how
Yeah.
do people live like this? And she's like, you just get used to it. You don't go outside. And I'm like, you
No, I
get
can't do
used to
that.
getting ate up like this? This is insane.
See, that's that shit that they don't tell you about them tropical places like that.
Yeah,
That
the
should be
bugs are
looking,
horrible.
yeah, that should be looking like a great place to go. Like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get out of Ohio, move somewhere like that.
Mm-mm.
And you got bugs down there biting you. Got you looking like you got chicken pox right now.
I do. I look like I
Yeah.
have chicken pox, literally. Yeah, or track marks because like the skin around it is so
Yeah.
irritated from me
Yeah.
scratching.
See, I can't do that. That would irritate the shit out of me to just have bugs biting on me like that, like
Like we're
mosquitoes
all sitting
already.
there and I'm like doing this and no one
Yeah.
else is doing that. And I'm like, are you not getting bit? And they're
You
like,
just used to it.
yeah, they're like, we're just used to it. Look at my arm. I'm like, what?
Nah, I can't get used to that.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's
But
different.
anyway, it was like crazy. It was a great time. Great time.
Yeah, I seen some of the videos you posted. You guys had a lot of family there.
Yeah, and a lot of family from like that flew in from Puerto Rico just to
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
So like the food was on. I ate way too much. I didn't sleep
Yeah.
enough. I drank way too much. It was perfect.
Exactly what you planned on doing. And then, so you did all that and then came home to recover with the kids being on spring break.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Yeah.
exhausted.
Yeah. I bet you're exhausted.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the sponsors before we get the show started. Shout out TNS Bartending Services for your next event, whether it be a wedding, birthday party, any group gathering where they're serving drinks. Get a hold of TNS Bartending Services. They have great drinks, great service, great people. TNS Bartending Services and Connect Coworks. We was going to do an episode today, but I haven't got a chance to get out there and test the internet connection to see how reliable the Wi-Fi is. So next Friday for sure, planning on going out there because I'm
Right.
going to get out there this weekend or this week coming up, and I'm going to set it up and I'm going to see how reliable the live stream is on that Wi-Fi. And then if it's not, then we will probably end up, if I can't figure out a way to plug into the Ethernet, we will probably end up doing pre-recorded episodes out there if we do them. I still want to go live though, so I want to figure out something. Um,
Do so we just don't know how good the Wi-Fi is. Not that they don't
yeah,
have it.
yeah. So I'm sure in different parts of the building the Wi-Fi is better and worse in other parts.
Right.
So I just want to get out there and see like it's high speed Wi-Fi. I just don't know how reliable it is because every time we go on here, I'm using the Ethernet cord. Um, so
Oh,
I'll get out there and I'll check it out and just see how reliable it is, see how well it works, and if it works well, then the way we'll do it is we'll go live like this, but I'll have a camera on you and a camera on me, and we'll both have one of these mics. So it'll be set up like a real podcast, but it'll just be live like this. Um, and then I do want to do some pre-recorded shows out there anyway, though. So just so we can have the official studio set up and have it looking real good and everything like that. So
real professional.
yeah, but you guys go out and check out Connect Coworks. The video for it is done. There's just a few more things that Luke wants me to add to it, and then it'll probably be put out this week. But place is awesome. Membership start at around $100 a month. There's a lot of different spots. I didn't know it has an upstairs to it. So we
I
went in
thought
there.
like I saw his video that he posted like of the
Yeah.
things that they were doing to it, but I couldn't tell what spaces were where.
Yeah. So the video does a better job of showing that. Downstairs you'll have like the common areas and the meeting rooms, and you'll have like there's some offices and some cubicles down there and stuff. And then upstairs it's kind of just more of the same. It's just a different type of vibe because the upstairs part is like they kept like the historical aspect of the building upstairs. But there is a whole upstairs where it has meeting rooms and office spaces and stuff like that too. And it even has a kitchen and bathroom areas too. So
That's
I didn't
nice.
know that until I got there. Yeah. And I do that back patio is really nice too. And depending on how good that internet connection is out there, I want us to do some when it gets nice, obviously, do some episodes out back on that patio. That would be sweet.
Yeah, so my real estate office is like
Uh-huh.
literally right beside there,
Yeah.
just like the back of theirs, and
Uh-huh.
watched them construct that back area, and it's super nice.
Hmm.
Super nice.
They have a grill out there too. It's like, oh yeah.
They need to have a solar eclipse party there.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you about to that shit's about to be crazy because I heard there's people coming from all over the country
Yeah.
to see
Yeah,
that shit. And like
there
the
were
path.
there were, like, different cities that put out messages,
Yeah.
to just, like, warn not warn, but let their communities know that there's gonna be a significant influx of traffic for that.
Yeah.
And there's places, like, hosting parties, like, I actually have to go to one not have to, but there's actually one I was invited to that I am gonna go
Yeah.
to. So it's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, I've seen
You
there's
better
a
get your
lot of
glasses.
like yeah, I seen them at the store. They've been talking about a lot of like biblical stuff with it too, like the path
Mm,
of it, creating some
mm,
kind of symbol that lines up with something in the Bible. And it's like the path crosses through like a city called Rapture, Kentucky, I think it is. And then it passes through another one called like Ark something. So they're like connecting it with the Rapture and the ark that Noah built and all this and that. It's wild.
mm.
I don't know. I don't know about all that, and I don't know how much you get into all that, but like I'm not leaving the house that day. I s-
What?
well, no, not because of that. Because they said just like I don't like being around a bunch of people anyway. But, like, they was coming out saying, like, if you're in the path, then you can just walk out your door and you can see it, so there's no reason to go out on the roads and create more traffic. So they
Mm,
was just, like,
that's
asking
true.
people, like they was just, like, asking people, like, if you can walk out your door and see it, like, try not to be out in traffic creating a chaos and shit, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna be out
yeah.
in the middle of the street now.
Yeah, no, no, no. You're going to a party and you're being stationary at a place, so
Very
yeah, but
professional party,
people get yeah.
but
People get crazy when shit like that happens, man.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can really do to stop that. There's just some people you just ain't got no sense, you know.
Yeah. I feel like we've had eclipse before though. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I did see an article about it. It was a minute ago though, like a
Yeah.
minute ago. Let me
See,
look.
I feel like that shit wasn't too long ago. I felt like it just to me it felt like it was just a few years
Wait,
that there was an eclipse.
wait, you're right. You're right. So in 2017,
Okay, so 7 years ago. That was still pretty long ago.
yeah, yeah, 2017.
It's just it feels like this one's just pumped up a lot more, and I don't know if it's because of the biblical aspect of it, but it seems like this one is getting a lot more attention than that one was back in 2017.
Wait a minute. Okay, so I just saw a different article that said total. Okay, so the last total solar eclipse,
Mhm.
July 2nd, 2019.
Mm.
Last total lunar eclipse, July 20th, 2019.
See, this is where I should have paid attention in science class because I want to say the lunar. Which one is this? A solar eclipse?
Pretty sure this one that we're having is a that we're having is a solar eclipse. And
So
it
I think
says
the
it
difference is
says
like one is the moon in front of the sun, and the other one is the sun in front of the moon, or what? What the fuck? See, I should have paid attention.
me too. Me
Lost.
too.
Lost. But for some reason, this one's getting a lot more attention than the ones we've had
Yeah,
in
there's
previous
something
years, I
special
feel like.
about this.
Yeah. Somebody let us know in the comments, please. We're
I
lost.
Dylan comes through, bro.
Yes, he
Dylan
does. He
comes
comes through.
through.
He comes through with the facts. It's because that one was not the total eclipse. So what deems it a total eclipse? Like it perfectly lines up or
It's got to
what?
be
What
like
is the
complete darkness.
total
That's got
eclipse?
to be it.
Yeah.
It says here
Yeah.
there are 2 to 5 solar eclipses each year, with a total eclipse taking place every 18 months or so. Whether you can view that eclipse depends on where you are in the world.
Mm. Maybe it just seems like it's pumped up more to us because it's finally going to be in our path this time, and it wasn't the last few times.
Could be. It could also be that we're actually paying attention.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Dylan said biggest difference is that we are in the direct path of the absolute total eclipse. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So
Dylan
that's
paid
why.
attention. Round of
Yeah.
applause for Dylan.
Hmm. So that is why it seems like it's getting so much attention to us because it's finally going to be in our direct path.
Direct path. Okay. All right.
Gotcha.
So
I was
listen,
going to
guys, you're
say,
learning something. You're learning
yeah.
something this morning.
Today you are learning. I was gonna say because I feel like this shit happens not like it's not that rare. And this year it just seems like because I can't never remember them like putting the glasses out at the stores, selling the glasses and stuff.
No, and I feel like,
Yeah.
is it really that necessary? Like, who? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You know how people love an opportunity to make a couple dollars.
Yeah, but it might be necessary because you know there are some people that will go out
Some
and stare
people,
right at the
yeah,
sun.
yeah,
He said complete darkness.
that's gonna be crazy. Well,
Yeah,
how
it's
long
gonna
does the darkness last, though? I gotta Google this too.
see that's kind of scary for it to be the middle of the day and then to just
Like
go
some
completely dark.
purge. You're gonna hear the
Yeah,
purge sirens as soon as it gets dark.
yeah.
Dude, have
Like
you ever thought about that? Like what you would do in a real purge? Mm.
I mean, you couldn't really do shit unless you had like a bunker or you prepared for that shit ahead of time. If you got a regular house or you live in an apartment like I do, it's like, I mean, what are you? What can you do? Like,
I don't know. I think about stuff like that though.
because there's going to be, yeah, yeah, there's going to be people that like have just waited for some shit like that to happen, and they've got guns and they're going to go out and they're going to take advantage of people.
Oh my gosh, there are people like that. So
Hmm.
just real quick, I'm getting ready to list this house in town, and first we have to do the auction.
Hmm.
So a few weeks ago, we're going into this house where I'm helping like the whole week I had it blocked out. I'm helping. Shout out to Ben Higgins. They're doing the
Hmm.
auction. Um, there we first go in there. There's like a few guns. We're thinking like, all right, there's a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah.
Anyway, by day 4, we are like 30 plus guns that we've
Mm.
found, like, in
places like in the garage between these milk crates, under this thing in the closet. They're loaded too, like loaded
Yeah.
guns randomly just thrown throughout the house. There are people who are like ready for war.
Preparing. Yeah.
Like regular normal people that you like wave to on your way through
Yeah.
a neighborhood. Those people. There are people out there like that.
Well, you gotta think, how many people do you think you come across today that the only thing stopping them from going out and killing and taking everything from other people is the fact that they don't want to go to jail or prison?
Yeah,
How
that's
many people you think
actually
you come
very
across a
fair.
day?
Well, yeah, on any given day, it might be me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, like, see, that's crazy.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Uh, if they came out and they said, and they told you, like, "Hey, all crime is legal for 24 hours." You know what I mean? How many people is jail and prison, is that the only thing stopping from doing what they really wanna do, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, I bet the answer is that's true for me for a lot of people. Like a lot of
Because you're
people say
gonna
that
have
I
a
would be on the first freaking highway out of here. Like I'm
yeah.
gone.
Well, you're gonna have a lot of disgruntled employees using that as an opportunity to take off on their boss and shit. Like,
Man,
that's the main
like
thing I think of.
that would be absolutely nuts. Like what do you do? I don't know. It's crazy.
What do you do
I'm
during a
out of
purge?
here. I don't even want to hang around to find out.
I mean, I honestly don't know. Like I said, like, if you didn't have a specific area for something like that, and you wasn't stockpiling weapons and food and stuff, like you
You're
really,
done.
it's
You're
yeah.
toast.
Because I don't even know if I'd want to get on the highway either, because you see these post-apocalyptic movies and stuff where they're setting up traps on the highway so that they can take your cars and shit. They're throwing out spike strips and all that.
Oh, I didn't
So
think of
it's
that.
like, and eventually you got to stop for gas too. It's just like, what are they going to be on at the gas station?
Yeah, the whole world can't be in that like at the same time. Like there's got to be
Yeah,
it's got to be regional so people
yeah,
have a
we
chance
got
who
to do
don't
it.
want to participate to go
Yeah,
somewhere else for a
yeah, yeah.
weekend.
And I don't know, I don't remember because it's been a while since I watched that movie. Was that for the whole country when they did it in the
It's
movie?
locked and loaded. I don't
Yeah.
know. I didn't watch it. I don't know. I never I
You
told you I
Oh my
can't
god, Sarita.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
You just have to watch it to so that you can have hypothetical, like, what would I
I
do in
just
this
watched the
situation?
trailers. Just watch the trailers. That's enough for me.
You're gonna I mean, the trailer damn near shows the whole movie nowadays, so you might as well just watch the
Right?
movie.
Like 2 minutes, I'm good. That's all I need. Yep.
Yeah.
Not for me.
So, I do agree with that, though. If they was gonna do a purge, I think that that would be like, "Okay, we're gonna do a purge in this state, so if you wanna get out and you don't wanna participate, then, you know."
Yes, that's how it has to be. Listen, Amy's on it this morning because that's where I'm at. Like I'm
Yeah.
who's got it? Because I'm either coming to stay with
Yeah.
you and it's your responsibility to keep me alive, or I'm
Good
out of
morning,
here.
Amy.
Good morning, Amy.
Somehow, we went from the total
I
eclipse
don't
to
even like
purging.
that's what it reminds me of though. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Well, yeah, Dylan said it's gonna be 4 minutes of complete darkness.
You know how much can happen in 4 minutes? Mm-mm.
A lot. And, I mean, it's going to be like, for that 4 minutes, it's going to be like experiencing our sun burning out in the middle of the day or some shit.
That's crazy because like even at and we still have like streetlights and whatever,
Mhm.
but are those on
Yeah.
a timer? Aren't the streetlight or they just come on like do they have sensors on them like daylight sensors?
I would imagine they have sensors on them that when it gets to a certain point, they just turn on. Or they might
Are
be on
we
a timer,
evolved? Are we evolved like
probably.
that, Marion?
I don't think there's somebody on a switch.
No, no. I wonder how much they'd get paid, but
Like a universal switch.
is that a part-time job? Um, um, yeah, I would it be just like it's nighttime? Because at least we have the
Mhm.
sun that kind of like illuminates. But if
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would be like nighttime for that 4 minutes. I mean, except for whatever street lights or whatever would stay on, or I don't know, but that's gonna be weird though. It will be weird.
Very strange.
Just complete darkness.
Kind of looking
But then
forward
it'll
to
be
seeing it.
sunny. But then it'll be sunny again.
And what's the weather like on Friday? Let me see.
I
The
have not even
decent
looked. So
dude,
I'm
the
about to
weather
stay
since I've been
encouraged.
back has been like I remember being super excited leaving because I'm like, man, we've had good
Mhm.
weather, like, and then I come back and it was freaking snowing.
No, that shit was all a tease. That shit was all a tease. And yeah, I got a few guns, but as far as like, I mean, like you gotta have like some kind of built shelter for an event like that. Like if they do a
Yeah,
fucking purge, like you didn't see the movies, but in a situation like they had in the movies, like there was like rich folks who had like mansions and they hired people to come in and like soup their shit up for
yeah,
when the purge happened. Like they had metal sheets come down over their doors and
some
windows
like
and stuff. Like,
underground or just, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. That's a whole investment. Mm.
You know what I never understood though, and I was thinking about this the other day. People will go through all these extremes to um make their door like stronger to like make it harder for people to break in their door or their windows and stuff like that. And it's like if your door was so hard to get into a to that point, why wouldn't you just break a hole in the wall beside it? Because they'll have like these metal reinforced doors with like all these deadbolts on them and shit like that. And it's like, if you got all that on your door, then it's just easier for me to punch a hole in the wall beside the door and go through the wall.
That's true.
But it,
Depends on it would depend though. Like, you
well,
talking
a
about
lot of
like an
time them.
exterior door? Like, what if it's brick under like vinyl
Ah, well,
siding?
yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it was a brick house, but I feel like a lot of these newer built houses, like it's just drywall. So like you'll have these videos of like these burglars like trying to get in a door or something like that, or cops like with one of them big ass, I don't even know what the fuck they're called, like trying to break down the front door. And
Yeah,
it's
just
like,
go through a wall.
yeah, and it's like if you're spending all that time trying to get through this door and you can't get through, it'd probably be easier just going through the wall at that point, like the Kool-Aid man.
We'll need some of our law enforcement friends to tap in and tell us why they've
Yeah,
never done
because
that. Because it feels
yeah,
like
because I
such
was
an
just
easy
thinking,
fix, right?
I don't know if
Like
it's
how
just
I
a
know I can't be the only person that thought of
yeah.
this.
I don't know if it's just a mental thing, like, you feel like if you're going in, you gotta go through a window or a door, and it's like sometimes it might just be easier to go through the wall, and I ain't trying to give nobody tips on how to break into people's house. I'm just saying if we was in a
You sound
purge.
like you've done this before, Trey.
No, I'm just saying if we was in a purge, it might be something to consider.
Might
Um,
be.
Amy said every woman needs to carry these days. Look at these ladies getting swooped up on during
Mm,
the middle of the day at Walmart. I would be the wrong one to try kidnapping first. Ain't nobody just snatching me up and carrying me
okay.
next. Next, you never know who's carrying these days. Ladies, get your guns.
Man, I'm kind of feeling that, Amy, because when I be hearing about women getting snatched up in Walmart, and listen, don't try me because I'm not saying I want to
Yeah,
be tried, but I'm just saying, like, how? First of
yeah,
all, I'm not light. Second of all, like, I might not be able to like out muscle a man, but you definitely
mhm,
go like it's gonna be a whole scene. It's gonna be a
yeah,
whole scene.
yeah. And I mean, there's so many people at Walmart all the time. It's like you would like if you're just loud enough. I feel like somebody, unless they chloroform you,
Yeah,
unless
I
they
mean,
put
I'm
that
sure there are
chlorophyll over
so
you.
many different scenarios that I'm not even thinking
Yeah,
of, but like literally just like someone grabbing you
yeah.
and like it's so hard for me to imagine. But I'm not saying I don't want anybody to prove me wrong. Now,
Right.
not
Well,
little
so
old
every
me.
situation that I've seen, because I've seen a couple like that they've caught on security cameras. Every situation I've seen is like they'll get him out in the parking lot. Like the guy will have the back door open already, and like they'll trick them into getting close to their car, and then it's just like they just shove them in and shut the door, and then it's like they got the childproof lock on, so they can't get out the back, and then they take off with them. You know, every
Window, I'm
scenario.
attacking the driver, like
Oh
I'm going
yeah,
crazy. I'm going
oh
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
But
And
actually, that's a good point, Amy, because well, I have we'll finish with this. I have a story about why I thought, yep, I probably need to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think every woman should carry a gun in her purse, whether it's a little one or whatever, because sometimes that pepper spray just ain't cutting it.
Mm,
Like they'll carry the
yeah,
pepper spray or the taser, but you gotta think if you got a taser, you
you have
have
to
to
be
be a
really
certain.
close to
Yeah.
somebody.
And
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 the
if he
pepper
gets
spray, I'm
that
a pepper
close,
spray myself.
yeah. If he gets
We
smacked,
both can't see.
God,
I mean, it's not
yeah,
like
this
you
shit
can
pointed at.
like keep it in an area. Like when you spray
Yeah,
pepper spray, it does
yeah.
that.
So it might. That's one of those things where it might disorient you too. And
Man,
then
I can't
with
see
the
how I'm supposed to get away.
right, and then with the taser, or the stun gun, like he's got to be close enough for you to be able to hit him with it. And if he's that close, then he might be able to just wrestle it out of your hand. So
Right. Yeah, I don't want anybody being that close to me. Mm-mm.
yeah. So hey, Amy's all over. She's giving us some.
Amy's into it. Yeah, Amy. I
Yeah,
might have
she's
to
giving us
go
some
to the
insight.
range with Amy and have her shop around with me for an
Mhm.
afternoon so we can get me together.
Yeah, she's giving us some insight. So for all the ladies out there, man, watch what's going on because they
Be
stealing
aware of
now.
your surroundings for sure.
They're labeling cars, and it's a wild setup now. It's scary, it's crazy scary. Yeah, it's a whole setup. She said, "Yeah, that's like I said. Every single one that I've seen, like they like get them close to the car somehow, and then they just like shove them in the back of the car, shut the door, and then the childproof locks on. They can't get out."
Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm,
She
mm.
said, she said a 380 is a lady's best friend. Fits perfectly in my little hands. Yeah, and like the 380s, they got the little 380s, which are good like concealed carry guns to put them in your purse, and they're like $200 or $300. They're not that expensive. I
But
mean, it's
now you don't even need like concealed carry, do you?
no, you don't even
Isn't
need
that
it
what
anymore.
changed?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
you still have
mean,
to do a background check to buy a gun, right? I mean,
right.
legally buy a gun.
Yeah, right. Yeah. See, I had my concealed carry license, and when that went into effect, I didn't get it again, but I'm still going to go get it because when I got to thinking about it, like if you go out of state, then if
Mm,
you want to be able to conceal carry, you have to have a concealed carry permit for the state that you live in to be able to
right.
carry in other states that share reciprocity with your state. So,
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to not even thinking about it because we don't
right,
have that, and then we go on a trip,
right,
and now I'm in trouble.
right. And I mean, one of the main places I like to carry is like if I go on vacation out of state and I'm not familiar with my surroundings, that's the main places that I like to carry because I don't know what goes in Marion. I kind of know what's going on. When I
Right.
go to these other states, I don't know what kind of neighborhood I'm in or what's going on.
Right. Right. That's a good point. Ooh, I
So I
hope
feel
y'all
like that's
listening this morning.
yeah. Yeah.
You're
Go get a gun.
probably telling a lot of people some shit they already know.
Go get a gun, whether you're purging or you're getting ready for the eclipse, go get a gun. She
You got
said,
some
let's start
good
a gun
comments,
club.
man.
Yeah.
A gun club, a ladies' gun club. Okay, see, now we gonna have to do like a mental health check though. 'Cause
Yeah.
I ain't just gonna be sitting around a bunch of
Yeah.
ladies with guns.
Yeah, they gotta have it together. Now listen, ladies, we are not gonna
Listen,
start
ladies.
we are not gonna start a gun club for when your man goes out and
I
messes
was just
around. You know what I mean? That ain't what it's
I was just
for.
about to say this could be so bad.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh.
This is strictly for self-defense.
Yeah,
This
this is
is
educational purposes only.
yeah. So we ain't about to be out here persuading women to go get guns so when their man's messing around, they can shoot his penis off. We ain't gonna do that, guys. We ain't gonna do that.
Oh
Man,
man.
I seen a video, like, I woke up, was getting everything around, got on Twitter for 5 seconds, seen a video where dude's wife was cheating on him, and the dude ran into the hotel room where they was together and just started stabbing both of them, blood all over
Oh
the
my
place. Just
gosh.
started stabbing both of them. I was like, "Wow."
Oh my gosh.
And in situations like that, they only end up getting like a few years because they call it like a crime of passion or some shit like that. So it's like,
I've heard of that. Like, man,
mhm.
that's a couple. Oof, child.
Like they're
Mm-mm.
temporarily psychotic, I guess is what you would call it. So it's like, yeah, we got to do a mental health check on these girls before they can get in the club. Uh
Yeah.
Kiki said I love
That's
going to the
wild.
range. She said I love going to the range. I'm really glad I put that fear of guns behind me and have been getting the proper training. Yeah, I think that's what holds a lot of people back is that they're just afraid of guns, but
Yeah.
with the world that we live in, I think the people walking around you are more to be scared of than a gun. And I mean, I'd rather have it
And
and
not
not
need
need
it.
it, you know what I
Yes. And
mean,
need
than
it
need
and
it and
not
not
have it.
have it. So,
Yeah. For me, it's always been like, I don't want to have guns because of the kids. Like,
right.
you hear about those unfortunate stories all the time, and that's
Yeah.
not to say that it that's not to say that you can't own guns and have kids. I know there are hundreds of
Yeah.
thousands of people who do.
Right. Yeah. And everybody I talk to about that, I don't have kids, but there's a few people I talk to about that. Like, what do you do with the kids? And they say that they don't like the idea of putting their gun in a safe because they said if somebody is breaking into the house and they have a gun, then I might not have time to do whatever I need to do to get it out the
Right.
safe.
And they say
So
like
they
you gotta
said,
like keep the ammo in a separate place, but like who has time for that?
right. And then they say like that they think the best thing if you're going to have guns and you have kids, the best thing to do is to train your kids.
Hmm.
First of all, telling them not to touch a firearm unless they properly know how to handle that firearm, and unless they plan on using it for a situation where somebody is breaking in. And I mean, just taking them out to the range when they're young and teaching them firearm safety. And I
Yeah.
mean, obviously,
Yeah.
obviously, you can't take a 1 year old or a 2 year old and teach them. You know what I mean? But it. They say that it's kind of like that. You don't touch a hot stove because you'll get burnt type thing. Like
Hmm.
ingrain that into them at a young age. Like you don't mess with a firearm unless we're going out to the range or there's a
Right.
situation where you need to use it.
Right. Right.
So Amy said she got an M4. Um
See, I don't know nothing about that. Now y'all like speaking another language.
yeah. See, it's there's so many types of different guns, and I'm pretty sure an M4 is a lot of military members' first choice is the M4. But like I've just had like an AR-15. I've had a few different kinds of pistols, but it is fun though, and it does relieve a lot. I know it's kind of sick to say, but it does relieve a lot of stress to go out to the range and shoot targets. I want to make sure I
Mm,
say shoot targets. But
yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna have to do one
Um
at the range. We're gonna have to do an episode. That'd probably be too loud.
and that yeah, no, I'll be all right because we could figure it out. We could figure it out because I'm pretty sure these microphones, they anything over a certain decibel, they kind of suppress it. Shaquille Smith's in here, 45. Thanks to my guy. Yeah, I gifted Shaq a 45 for his birthday a couple of years back.
Oh, you're a good friend.
Yeah,
Not
I
Shaq
do like
rapping this morning. That was a nice little. That was a nice little.
yeah. What are they here talking about? I'm trying to keep up with the comments, but Amy said the new Annie Dukes. Kiki said
Annie
drive-bys.
Dukes. Yeah, Kiki was
Oh, I
talking
think
about when we were saying about the women in the gun club.
yeah. Okay.
We're gonna
I
get
got it
together
now.
on a Friday night for our ladies gun club and go do some drive-bys.
Yeah.
Oh man, men beware, we coming.
Well, that's why like I really don't understand the whole gun control thing. Well, I mean, I do because of the mass shootings and stuff. And I was on here talking about the other day, like I was getting my hair cut by Garrett, and he was like, "So what do we do to prevent these mass shootings?"
Where's
And
Garrett
the and
been,
the
by the way? Ain't
he's
been in the
been
comments. He ain't been in the comments.
yeah, he has not been in the comments. He's been slacking. And his kids are on spring break, so his kids are probably on spring break too, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it might be wild over there right now.
But we ain't gonna make excuses. Um, he should be in here. He knows he should. I think he said like when we do this show in the morning, he's usually cutting hair, so it's hard for him to watch it.
You better
Um,
put it on the TV. I know you got TV in there.
yeah, put it on the TV or subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know what I'm
Put us on
saying?
the big TV. Put us on the big screen, Garrett.
Yeah. But he was asking me, he was like, so with these mass shootings, bro, and because he was asking me because of the Kansas City Chiefs thing where they started shooting or whatever.
Mm,
He was like, with the mass shootings, he was like, what do we do? And I was like, man, there really isn't like a universal fix to it because the first thing a lot of people want to go to like is gun control. And all that does because these are criminals. So if they want guns, they're going to get guns, just like they get these illegal
right.
drugs.
Right. I
These are
mean,
criminals.
yeah.
So if you make more laws for gun control, The only people that you're keeping these guns away from are the good people who are trying to use them to defend themselves. So you make them defenseless people.
Yeah, I don't know how
So
I mean, I think really addressing the
mhm,
the black market where people are
yeah,
going to get these guns,
mhm,
drugs, or whatever. Um, it's not. Yeah, I definitely think the approach maybe
yeah,
has to be a little bit different.
yeah. And I mean, like they always say, with like obviously these people have mental issues, so it's like you have to look into the mental health aspect of it. But there are a lot of them that show no mental health problems, like, and then just one day they snap and just go kill a bunch of people. So it's like, go ahead, you're good.
I don't know because I think the mental health side of it, I do think that's a bigger issue. I don't think
Mhm.
that people are as educated about mental health as they think they are because
Right.
what they know about it is only what they've experienced. So when people are saying
Yeah.
"Oh, there was nothing that stuck out to me as a parent, if it's your
Right.
kid or whatever," well, to you, but you're not an educated professional that has literally
Mhm.
studied how to spot those signs. I do
Right.
think that mental health is, Amy said it on here. We have to address our mental health crisis in our country first and foremost.
Yeah.
I worked in mental health for a very long time. 1000% agree.
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah. Because you got to think, like, back in the 70s and 80s, you didn't hear about no shit like that. You didn't hear about
No,
no stuff like that until you got all this new technology with social media and all this extra shit that you got going on now. And I sent a video to since Shaq's in here. I sent a video to Shaq the other day where they were interviewing this little ass kid, and they asked him what he wanted to be when he got older, and he said he wanted to be a murderer. I was like, see, right now at this point is when you need to start making sure that he doesn't
yeah.
grow up to be that type of person, because
Somebody
they're
needs to step in quick.
yeah, because they were like recording him and posting it for clicks and like making a joke out of it. And it's like, no, these are the people that turn out to be mass shooters, and you're just brushing it off like it's a game. It's not.
Yeah, somebody needs to intervene
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. So it's kind of one of them things where there's no universal fix for it, because you can't make it so hard to get guns to where good people can't get them, and then they can't defend themselves from these criminals who are going to get them regardless. Because I mean, we got all these harsh drug laws now, and I know Florida has that three strike thing, like three strikes and you're done, like you're in for life. And that
Mm.
place is flooded with drugs, and fentanyl is such a big thing right now. You know what I mean? Killing so
Yeah.
many people.
The almost every documentary now, if you guys were watching from the beginning, I told you I love drug
Hmm.
documentaries. I don't love drugs. Trey tried to spin that on me.
Drug
Um,
documentaries.
I love drugs. Um, but all of almost all of the drug documentaries, they talk about Florida and
Yeah.
the different because the access, the accessibility
Hmm.
of getting drugs into the country. So they got a lot going on down
Yeah.
there. I love visiting my family there, but yeah, mm-mm,
Yeah.
not for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's an easy place to get the drugs from Mexico, right there on the Gulf with boats and
Mm-mm.
whatever. Shaq says, "Shout out Sarita and Bryson, two good people, bro. Ain't you supposed to be at
Oh,
work or something right now?"
thank you, Zach.
He popped in to Connect Coworks while I was doing that video in there,
Did
his
he?
and his whole postal get up and everything.
Yeah, where you
I
at
said,
this
"Who let
morning,
this?"
Shaq? Send your
Yeah,
location.
I said, "Who let this guy in?"
I when I'm in the office
Yeah,
downtown, I've seen him a few times. I always
hmm,
honk.
yeah. And Dylan said, "Why are sporting events and concerts more protected than our kids in school?"
Mm,
Yeah, and I mean, it's still happening at that stuff too. I mean, that stuff that happened in Vegas with the dude shooting down from the hotel at the concert and everything. But I mean, and in that situation, I mean, anytime you hear about these mass shootings, they always do them in schools, churches, places where you're not allowed to have
movies?
guns.
You hear about
Yeah,
that? Like the one in the movie
yeah,
theater? Like, dang, folks can't even go to the movies? Sheesh.
bro. Every time, every time I go to the movie theater, as soon
I
as
don't
I
go to
sit
the movies.
down, as soon as I sit down, I check out everybody first of all, and then I look and see where the exits are, and I'm like, okay, if somebody gets up and starts shooting, where am I going?
It's
You
so
know?
random. Like you can't.
Yeah,
It's hard. I mean, if you just don't have that personality that you're thinking about those things, but it's hard to
yeah,
go anywhere. Like I can't.
yeah.
We can't go to the mall.
Mm.
We can't go to Tanger now.
They apparently
Without
had
looking around.
they apparently had aliens at that one mall. Shit.
What aliens? What?
Yeah. Yeah, we was talking about it, man. I don't even because Shaq's on here. And every time I start talking about aliens, he give me a hard time. But like there
'Cause
was
I
a
feel like this
mall.
is not the first time you brought up aliens. Like you're kind of
Nah,
into
because
it.
I believe in them, man. It's real deal Holyfield. Um, but there was these people at the mall and like this fight. Apparently, they came out and said kids were fighting with sticks, but
Okay.
yet the footage shows the whole street lined with police officers,
Okay.
helicopters flying, and Black Hawk helicopters in the air and shit over kids fighting with sticks. And then they were interviewing people afterwards after they came out of the mall, and they were like, yeah, it started off as kids fighting, and then we looked back and there was like these 10-foot shadow creatures behind
What?
us. Yeah, and then they got
What?
footage of people running out the mall. Hey, they got footage of people sprinting out of the mall, and I don't know if I'm going to be sprinting out of a mall because of some sticks. You know what I mean? If people are
Well, but
shooting,
listen,
then that's one thing,
I'm a
but
fight. I'm gonna run out the mall if I just see somebody else running out the mall. So if I see people running, I'm running. What are
yeah,
we running for? I
yeah,
don't know, but they're
yeah,
running, so I'm running.
right.
So I
Yeah,
might
that's
be running
true.
out the mall because some kids.
You might have seen somebody running because they seen a spider and then you just start
I'm
running
running
too.
too. I'm running too.
Yeah. Hey,
I ain't
they're
even gonna
running
ask
for a reason.
questions. I'm gonna ask
Yeah, they're
questions
running
once
for a
I get
reason.
tired of running.
Yep. They're
Won't be
running
that
for a
long.
reason, and I ain't about to ask why.
Man, we ain't got time to talk about all that.
We can
But
find out
the gun
afterward.
thing, let me tell you the story real quick. So
Miami
yesterday,
Mall. Miami Mall is where it happened.
didn't happen. It happened in Columbus too, wasn't? Oh, you're talking about the aliens. You're talking about the
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, the aliens. Alien.
I can see aliens being in Miami though. That's not hard to believe.
Well, they came out. Well, that when that shit came out, when that news came out about them being in the Miami Mall, it was right when the Gratitude 11s dropped, and they said they was there copping the Jordan 11s, the new Gratitude 11s. They just dropped.
The
They
alien.
literally just
Okay.
dropped.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I would think if they was gonna if they was gonna get an exclusive drop, it would have been the Space Jams.
Space Jams. That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
too.
but
So yesterday I have I got this listing coming up in Columbus, like total renovation, right?
uh-huh.
It's on Seymour Avenue. I
Hmm.
go to it. I'm putting my little key. I'm fixing my sign out front. Put my little name writer in the sign out front. Go up
Yeah,
to the door. I'm putting the little key lockbox like on the door,
uh-huh.
and
Right.
I like touch the door. The door's unlocked. Door cracks open.
Ooh.
This house has been vacant for years, like
Mm-mm.
years. Shouldn't be nobody in there. If I had a gun, I would have probably went inside.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Oh, the door's unlocked." There's like this little thing on top, this like little glass window, like decorative.
Right.
It's just way up at the top. That's busted out. I'm like,
Nah.
yeah. If I
See,
wasn't by myself or something, I probably would have went in there. But I'm not going in there. I just locked it up and left.
yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
And that squatting stuff is a big thing now.
It really. I mean, it's cold. It's cold right now,
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
people need a place to sleep.
Well, I mean, they've got like this video was certain, and that's why I love Twitter because it's like there's so much just random shit going on there. It gives you so much to talk about on a podcast. But there was this illegal immigrant. There was this illegal immigrant
I gotta get
on
Twitter.
TikTok, and he was like telling all of his uh telling all of his people like in Spanish, like a law that we have, like how you can squat in somebody's house, and I don't even know what it was, but like he was like trying to convince them to come over and take over these people's houses and stuff. It's like it's crazy. Like it's a big thing now.
What?
So yeah, so
Squatters'
I don't
rights?
yeah. Yeah, so it was some kind of law saying like they have to I don't know. I don't want to say it and it be wrong. So but like what Dylan's saying with like the sporting events, if you notice like a lot of these mass shootings, like they target places where they know nobody's going to have a gun, which shows you what would happen if they did implement stricter gun control and good people couldn't have guns. they wouldn't even have to go to these places where people couldn't have guns no more because barely nobody would have them. You know what I mean? So they
Mm.
could go to these places where you can carry now and do a mass shooting because good people in there aren't going to be allowed to carry no more.
I used to be like thrown off by seeing people years ago, thrown off by
Yeah.
seeing people like carrying their guns on their hip in their holster or whatever.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
if I go to a mall and I see somebody like some dad walking with his kids with his gun, like I hope
Yeah.
we going around in the same stores. Cause if
Yeah.
somebody come up in here with some bad intentions, I know you ready to
Right.
go.
Yeah. That's how I felt about it, man. It's like I feel like that the shit gets so much attention on the news that it just makes you feel like everybody that has a gun is a bad person. So
Yeah.
that when you see somebody out in public with a gun whose only reason to have the gun is to defend themselves if something happens, you automatically get that little fear. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? And I'm a big gun person, like I'm a big gun person. I support people being able to carry guns and all this and that. But if it's just the fact that you're seeing somebody that you don't know with a gun. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you don't know what they're capable of. You've never talked to them before. You don't know their character. It's like 9 times out of 10, they're probably just carrying to defend themselves.
Right.
But it's always possible that somebody could just snap because you never know what somebody's going through.
And it's a good point that you said somebody's carrying a gun, just in case they got to defend themselves. But
Right.
defend yourself from who? What does
Right.
a bad guy look like to you?
Mm,
So that's
yeah.
always been an argument in my head, like, why I'm like, I don't think some people should have guns because the people that they think are the bad people, are they? And why do they think that? Mm. Another
Well,
conversation for another day, I guess.
yeah. Well,
Mm.
like I'm saying like in a situation like if I'm at a bank or which I don't think you're allowed to carry anyway at a bank.
I don't think,
But like
yeah.
if I'm at a bank, like I think that people should be able to carry at a bank because if somebody comes up in here trying to rob the bank, then I would rather have one good person in here with a gun than a bunch of unarmed people. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
Because you can't.
Actually, Delaware Bank, I can't
Mhm.
remember what year it was. I know I was working in Delaware at the time.
Yeah.
But that bank there on it's on oh my gosh, William Street, I think. That
Yeah.
bank got robbed one day during the day, like
Mm,
afternoon. And I used to have to go make deposits at that bank.
yeah.
And so or I'd have to go pick up something or whatever from the bank.
Right.
And every time I walked into that bank, I was like, dang, what if today's the day? What if today's the day? Because the highway access is so close.
Yeah. 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 So like when I carry, it's just for like um if somebody pulls a gun on me, you know what I'm saying, or somebody's trying to harm me or my family, like I'm never. But there are some people that carry, and it makes them feel tough, and
Hmm.
they do things that I mean, like you said if you had a gun, you probably would have went in that house. Like sometimes having a gun can make you do things
Things
that
that
you
you
might
wouldn't
not do.
normally
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
Exactly. No.
things that you normally wouldn't do. So sometimes we gotta find that sweet spot. Like I understand that you're carrying this gun in case some shit goes down and you got to protect yourself. But there are some people that carry the guns and then they think that they're fucking James Bond with it. And then it's like, chill out, bro. Chill out. See, I heard the same thing about the Miami Mall stuff, how scary people swear they saw 12-foot creatures. I will say this, every time I hear the story, the creatures are a foot taller. Because when it started, the creatures were 8 foot, and then I heard that they were 10 foot, and now Amy's saying they're 12 foot. So I
12
will say
foot? Like,
yeah,
dang, I'm definitely running. I'm
yeah,
definitely running some 12-foot
12
creatures.
foot is
I'm
crazy.
running. Yep.
That's big. That
Ain't
is
no time to
huge.
ask no questions. Mm-mm.
If it was 8 foot, I'm running. That's still
Man.
bigger than anything we got in the NBA right now. Shit, that's still huge.
Hey, you saw how
That's huge.
problematic them aliens was on Space Jam, and they was little,
I'm not
little.
even. I'm not even. Well, see, she's talking about that Miami Mall stuff with the 12-foot creatures. I showed Shaq a video right before that. There was a complaint. I can't remember where the neighborhood was. I want to say it was out in Nevada. These people called the cops and said that um or no, it was a noise complaint. And the cop showed up and he was talking to the people about it. And on his body camera, he got something coming down out of the sky into somebody's backyard. And not too long after that, they got a 911 call. And these people were saying that something just fell in their backyard. It was like 8 foot tall and they've never seen anything like it before. Bunch of crazy shit going on out there, man.
I don't
Wild
know.
shit. Wild
People
shit.
be on shrooms or something. I don't know. I
But
don't know.
this was like on the official Axis police body cam. Like you can see the shit coming down out of the sky into a backyard. And then like right after that interaction, like it was a whole separate group of
All
people.
right, send me what you're looking. I'm gonna take the week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna entertain you, and then on
What is it?
next Friday
Okay.
we're gonna talk more about this
Yeah,
because
I gotta
I
find
don't
them
hear
again
about this.
because
This is on your
yeah.
For You page because you really into this.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I gotta find I got the videos saved somewhere because I get them all together and then I bring them up to like Shaq because I know he doesn't believe in the alien shit. So I'm constantly trying to like.
I'm with you, Shaq. And
You
yeah,
don't
Trey should
believe
have
in
been at.
aliens?
No, no,
Oh
I
my God,
don't.
Sarita.
And Shaq, hold on, let's not brush over this. You right. Trey should have been at the gym this morning. Me too.
We ain't gonna post that. You know what I'm
I know you
saying?
just brushed right
Listen,
over that.
listen. This was at 10:40 a.m. that he posted this. He said
Look
he
at Trey
just left.
brushing over the comments.
Well, see, I explained to him that I had this podcast at 10. I have
Mm.
obligations, you know.
He
So
does have responsibilities.
yeah. I mean, well, usually
I
when we
mean, you can
go,
shoot
we
it from the
go.
gym though. You can shoot it from the gym. Just in the ear.
True. That's true. But usually when we go, it's like 6 a.m. So we'll have it done. You know what I'm saying? But he went at 10 today. So it's like,
I worked
but
out at 5
anyway,
a.m. for years, and that's the best time. That's the best time.
but you guys gotta, you know, I always tell myself, like, if I had a gym in my house, like I would do it every day. I'm probably lying to myself, but you guys literally own a fucking gym, Sarita. So there's no excuse for you,
What do
I
you
think.
mean? No, I hate when people say that. No,
Why?
you still because like just because
You
you
still
own
got to
a
get up and go.
gym, you
Yeah.
still have to get up, you still got to make time, you still have to do the work.
Right.
So yeah, that's unfair to say. And I said the same thing. I was like, you know what, Bryson? Like, yeah, I get it. We own a gym, all that, but like I have to go there.
Hmm. The
So I
hardest
need a
part's getting
gym.
up.
It's
Yeah.
going. Like once you're
Yeah.
there, whatever, you'll do it, but it's going.
Mhm.
And we all have distractions in our lives. But so we did a gym in the garage. I saw one spider. That was it. I was done. Done. I went to
That's
like
all it
grab
takes.
a. I went to grab a dumbbell. Like
Yeah.
big giant wolf looking thing. Nope.
Yeah.
Done. Mm-mm.
Hey,
Might be trying to do some planks.
I have noticed, and I'm not saying with you, like everybody, like human beings are really good at when they're doing something that they don't really want to
Don't want to.
do. They're very good at finding excuses not to have to do it anymore. So it's like
You
you
are
said you
talking
didn't.
about me.
Well, it's me
Yeah,
too. Like I couldn't wait to text
it's
Shaq back and be
natural.
like, yeah. I couldn't wait to text
Sorry,
Shaq back and
man.
be like, we got the podcast today,
I
man.
actually have an excuse that I'm not lying about.
Yeah. Duty calls. You know, these people, they done made a part of their day and stuff. We can't let them down.
I got to get back though. I got to get back to the gym. Shout out to everybody
Yeah.
going to the gym, like sticking to their New Year's resolution, getting their health
Right.
together. Your health is all you have at the end of the day. So shout out to you.
Hmm. Yeah.
Comment about it. Give me some motivation because I own a gym, but I always say this. People are like, you should come work out with us. Well, your trainer is my babysitter. So if
Yeah.
he's at the gym, I'm not at the gym. So
Flat out. Um, she said, listen, the conspiracy side of me said that the mall was all psyops to throw out our attention somewhere. The news is not news. LOL, all propaganda. Now, yeah, you gotta be careful who you're listening to on the news because
mhm.
that's a lot of times they got hidden agendas and they're trying to do something else, so they'll pull some other bullshit. Like usually when there's some crazy shit like that happens,
There's some like
and
political shit going on in the background.
yeah, yeah, and like I'm not one of them. Like I'm not one of them people that believe like all alien shit, like all alien shit that comes out has got to be true. I'm not one of them people, but I do believe that there are aliens because the universe is just too fucking big for us to be the only planet with life on it. It is huge. Like it can't just be that this one planet evolved life on it. Now, I'm not saying that the alien species has to be more intelligent than us. I mean, it could still be like dinosaurs on another planet or some shit like that. But you gotta, but you
Yeah.
gotta think, Sarita, because every time we think about aliens, we think about little green guys who are super fucking smart. Anything that is not from this Earth, that it could be on another planet,
Honestly,
or
I
it has,
think about Men in Black.
yeah, 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 and that's where people start throwing aliens out the window because they automatically go to, oh, it has to be something super intelligent. As long as it's just a living being on another planet besides ours, it's considered an alien. You know what I mean? So all it's gotta be is bacteria.
I don't know,
That would be it.
Trey. I might be with Shaq on this one.
So
You
you
said all it
guys,
has to be is bacteria.
oh, that would still be an alien, man.
What? All right. Yeah.
Sarita,
See,
Sarita, come on,
all
be
it
be
has to be
be
is
real.
bacteria.
Okay, but obviously that's not like enough to even be considered like what I'm talking about. But Sarita, do you honestly believe with as big, and I kind of feel like that is kind of conceited to a point. As a human species, I think it's kind of conceited to think that as big as the universe is, with all the billions and trillions of other planets out there in the universe, that this one was the only one that had intelligent life on it. Nah, you ain't
Living
gonna buy that. Mm.
microorganisms. Okay.
See, so you keep on trying to go back to the bacteria to throw away my
I'm
point here.
saying like, okay, all right, Trey. You know
Let
what?
me
If I really think about this, there might be something
mm,
living on another planet.
an intelligent an intelligent species.
Intelligence is subjective.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think there's a better chance that in this whole wide universe, there's no other intelligent life? Or do you think there's a better chance that in this whole wide universe, there is at least one other intelligent being?
Okay, at least one other intelligent being.
Anyway, so you believe in aliens. You believe in aliens.
All right.
See, the difference, the
All
difference with this
right.
whole thing is
You got me.
like, now, the difference with this whole thing is like, I'm not saying that I believe that they've been to Earth. And I think that's where people get caught up in it. Like, I'm not saying that I believe that aliens have necessarily been to Earth. I just believe that they exist out there somewhere. Now, whether they've been to Earth, I don't know, you know, but for us to just think that they're not out there somewhere in another galaxy, it's kind of like,
Okay.
but of course, Shaq
I can
has to
roll with
weigh in. He
that.
said, he said, this is the same dude. When we was kids, he had this big thing about some El Chupacabras. He always believed in aliens. I used to tell him back then, you tripping. No,
What's
Shaq
an
believed
El
in El Chupacabra.
Chupacabra?
Sarita, you don't
What?
see. This is why I can't with y'all, man. This is like,
Oh.
y'all got to keep up with the times. There's a lot of shit out here threatening our well being, and y'all don't even know about it.
Well, that's what they said in Men in Black.
Hmm. Well, I mean, El Chupacabras originated in Mexico, I think, and they was sucking all the blood out of everyone's cattle and stuff. Like people would go out to their farms and like their cows and their pigs and stuff, they would have like vampire marks on their neck where they was sucking all the blood out of them and shit. Shaq believed in
What?
that shit too. Because when we was kids, it came on TV. So I don't know why he's trying to act like he
Like
don't
on the
believe in that
news,
shit.
or it was like a movie?
It was like on National Geographic or some shit like that, like History
They said it
Channel.
was people. They said it was like people doing this.
No, like an El Chupacabra is an animal. It looks like a
Oh,
big ass. It looks like a big ass dog with no fur.
so
With
it
like
wasn't an alien. It was an animal.
no, no. But
Oh,
he's just
okay.
talking about like how he's just talking about me believing in like conspiracies in general, I guess. But
There's some
fuck it,
conspiracies I can get with.
fuck him. He's supposed to be on the he's supposed to be on the Charged Up podcast. I don't know why his ass is all here.
Yeah, where y'all been at? Y'all been airing?
Him, this
Another
motherfucker,
story
man.
for
I'm gonna
another
blame. No, it's
day.
been me. It's been me too, man. We've been slacking. But health is the first wealth. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Yeah, go to
Ooh,
the
look at
gym.
Sean.
Bethany's in here. What's up, Bethany? Girl, I need to find some motivation for the gym as well. I've had a membership for over a year and haven't went a handful of times.
That's how it be.
Yeah, that's Yeah,
Planet
that's
Fitness be
right.
getting all y'all little money.
Yeah. Bro, they be getting mine. They be getting mine.
Planet
And
Fitness has like man, that business model there, like, yeah, we only gonna
yeah.
charge you $20 because we know you ain't gonna come and we know you ain't gonna cancel.
Mhm. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've probably been paying that membership for 2 years now, and I've
See
probably
what I'm
went
saying?
5 months out of that 2 years.
Man, let me tell you something. You ain't gonna pay you ain't gonna pay phase 6 for 2 years without coming. You gonna come.
No.
You
See,
gonna
that's why I
come.
loved. That's why I loved being with you guys. Just having a personal trainer to hold you accountable.
Well, that was the thing. Like, and I was an athlete, like a collegiate athlete, even. Like, I'm
Yeah.
no stranger to the weight room. But like,
Hmm.
if I gotta go to the gym and think, I'm
Right.
not going.
Oh yeah.
Because I think about so much shit throughout the day. Like, I
Right.
just need somebody to tell me what to do. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, send me an Uber too.
Yeah. Because you got to have a
That's what I
game
need.
plan and all that shit. Like, yeah, he'll come pick you up, drop you off.
Can you come pick me
Yeah.
up?
Yeah. Because when you
Actually,
don't have a
that might
trainer,
be a
like you have
business model.
that
I might
might
have just
be.
thought of something real quick.
Yeah, that
Hold on,
might
cut it.
be.
Cut it. Somebody might take it. Cut
Yeah. Hold on. Hold
it.
on. I'm gonna cut this out the episode. But it's like, because it's already hard to get up and find the motivation to go to the gym. So when you got to come up with the workout plan yourself, and then you have to go to the gym and do it, like that's a whole
Yeah.
nother
And
aspect to it.
workout plans are supposed to be progressive. Like they're
Right.
supposed to be the plan is supposed to be customary to what you actually want. So
Right.
like no shade to people who get their workouts on like Pinterest or whatever because you're moving your body, you're getting your heart rate up, like you're
Mm,
working your body. You're doing more than you would have done if you were just sedentary.
right.
But when you're like really serious about like having a progressive plan, I just feel like you're much more like mentally locked in. Like
Right.
you're less likely to just be like, "All right, I'm done with this."
Yeah. Yeah. It's been it's been a little while, man. Me and Shaq have been supposed to go to the gym at 6 a.m. a few times, and I'm just like, bruh. Like I don't even know. But like you said, and Planet Fitness, like there was some like fine print when you sign up for Planet Fitness. So like when your yearly comes around, like they'll hit
Mhm.
you with a $50 fee. And it's like, man, I'm giving
What?
them all this goddamn money and I ain't even going. But
Yeah,
Shaq said that shit was on the sci-fi channel.
The
Yeah, I
the
don't know,
the
man.
the blood-sucking cattle things on the Sci-Fi
Yeah,
Channel?
the El Chupacabra, yeah.
Shaq, this is
Hey,
your bestie, bro.
Amy agrees, man. Chupacabras are real. Yes, I'm with Trey. I've seen the TV interviews on them.
Alright, so we
Yeah,
gonna
they're
start a ladies gun club, and we gonna start,
mhm.
what do you wanna call your alien club?
I don't know, the
What do you
ladies
wanna
in
call it?
black. You can call it
The
the ladies
la
in black.
No, I'm not gonna be in the alien club. I'll be in the gun club, but I'm trying to
All
put a
right.
plug for your
You
alien
gon'
group.
all right, you gonna be the one that the aliens come for though. Because hey, they're only gonna prey on the people that ain't ready for them. You know what I'm saying? So
How you ready
I'm
for
not
him? What you gonna
saying
do? You speak
I'm
alien or
not
something? What
saying
you gonna do?
well, at least I'll have a gun ready for them, because I've
Aliens, you can't
trained.
kill an alien with a gun. That's what Men in Black said.
You don't even believe in them. So what kind of a so so what kind of abilities do you think they got?
You gotta have the that gun that like it's just like special stuff. You gotta
The
have the
ray
special
gun?
stuff. Yeah,
The
yeah,
ray
you
gun?
gotta do all that.
Yeah, like the
And you gotta
attack
have the
the
blinky thing to like delete everybody's memory.
hell no. Nah, but I'm not saying like when you arm yourself, it's necessarily got to be for a person. Like if we get invaded by aliens, I'd rather have something to cap their little ass.
The comments is going crazy. What they talking about?
Crazy. She said, "Here's a good one. Who believes we landed on the moon? I do not believe we have. Too many contradictions and cover-ups and actual videos of them faking it. I don't think we've ever made it past the firmament." That's a whole thing. And I mean, the thing about YouTube is you can go into YouTube and based on what you type in, you can find a whole 2-hour video to support what you want to believe. Like if you want to believe they landed on the
Confirmation
moon,
bias. Mhm.
yeah. If you want to believe they landed on the moon, you can find a video that will make you believe they landed on the moon and vice versa. So
Mhm.
you really just
And
gotta
like on YouTube, you know how good the editing softwares
oh
are at this
yeah.
point? Like
Oh
Just
yeah,
because you saw it on a video doesn't actually mean it
right.
actually that.
Yeah.
There's the editing apps are flawless.
So much CGI now that's so hard to tell the difference with. There's so much more off Google platforms though. What are you guys on the dark web or what? What do you mean
Yeah, where
off
y'all
Google
at?
platforms? Well, I know there are certain search engines that show shit that other search engines like censor out and stuff. So
Hmm.
Amy is deep off into some of this
Amy's
stuff,
into
man.
this morning.
Yeah, she's deep off into some of this stuff. And he said Buzz Aldrin admitted we didn't go. Um I don't know, man. I don't know about because I
Yeah, y'all
watch
deep.
yeah, because I watch a channel on there called the Y Files, and like what he does and what I like about him is like he shows all the stuff to support what the conspiracy is, and then he debunks all of it. So
Mm,
I like watching him for that. So he was like a lot of this stuff you guys are saying, like he gave explanations to it. So I mean, go follow the Y Files on YouTube, and it debunks a lot of that stuff about some of
mm.
the stuff that they were saying were the reasons why we didn't land on the moon. Um, I don't know, and I've heard like um they faked the moon landing to make the Soviet Union go bankrupt. So because the Soviet Union was trying to keep up with us, so they faked the moon landing so that they would pour all their money into trying to do the same thing, and then they would go bankrupt. So, mhm.
Dang,
And
they
he said
going
Buzz.
nuts.
She said Buzz Aldrin's interview. He literally said, "I didn't place the flag on the moon." 8-year-old girl asked him if we went. He said no. I'll send the link to the interview. But there is
Mm-mm-mm.
a lot of doctored stuff, though. There is a lot of doctored stuff where you can make people say stuff that they didn't say.
What if
I'm
he
not
was
saying one
paid
or
to
the other.
say that? What if he was paid to say that?
I'm not
What if
saying one way or the
his
other.
life
You know.
depended on him answering that question that way?
Yeah. NASA means to deceive the Hebrew. Speaking of translations, have you seen the Nickelodeon shit that's going on?
Oh, yes. I was on TikTok last night. Like, what?
Bro, there's
This I
so there's
used
a
to
whole
want to be like
documentary.
A Disney like actor so bad. And
Yeah.
after seeing these videos, I'm just like, man,
Hmm.
these kids have been through hell.
If so, you know about all the sexual abuse going on the scenes and stuff like that, and the Quiet on Set documentary that just came out.
I didn't see the documentary.
So they came out with a documentary on Cinemax, I believe, and it's called Quiet on Set, and it's going into the whole Nickelodeon shit, like showing the whole sexual abuse thing. I found out last night. Do, do you if you type in Nickelodeon into Google and get the Latin translation, it means I don't care about God. It's crazy. Type in the Latin translation for Nickelodeon, and the Latin translation in
Okay, I'm
English
doing it
is
right
I
now.
don't care about God. And Sean just said Nickelodeon means hate God in Latin.
Mm.
Yeah, so I seen something on Twitter about it, and then I went to Google and did it myself because I always like to
Yeah,
check
I
the
just
shit
did it.
myself.
Just did it.
Says I don't care about God. It's crazy.
Mm.
And the main screenwriter and director Dan Schneider, who is being
Oh,
accused
that
of
dude.
yeah fat fucker. He was being accused of doing all this crazy shit. He apparently had a big foot fetish. What year were you born?
88.
So you grew up on some Nickelodeon quite a bit then,
Oh
right?
yeah, 100%. Lizzie
So he
McGuire was
apparent
like my show.
yeah. Yeah, I had a crush on Lizzie McGuire. I ain't gonna lie. Uh, my mom actually thought that I might be gay because I watched Lizzie McGuire so much, but I just had a crush on Hillary Duff. She was bad. Anyway, moving along. Uh, Dan Snyder, Dan Snyder, um, had a big foot fetish apparently, and if you remember back in the day, Nickelodeon's logo was an orange foot. Remember back in the day,
Okay.
Nickelodeon's
I
logo was an
feel
orange
like
foot.
I remember that, but am I just imagining it or do I need to Google it?
Like I think even at one point they had it on the front of the Nickelodeon building. It was just a big ass orange foot. Um, they came out and said that,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, he had a big foot fetish, and then Nickelodeon means I don't care about God. And they just came out and said, if you remember, um, Jamie Lynn Spears ended up having to leave Nickelodeon when she was like 13 because she got pregnant. It's coming out now that they think that her baby was that Dan Schneider's, that he
Mm.
got her pregnant at 13 years old. And that's why she had to leave Nickelodeon.
Brittany's never
Crazy
talked
shit.
about this because I feel like Brittany been airing out a lot of stuff over the last few years.
She's crazy too, though. And like, if you ever watched the All That show and all that, like Amanda Bynes, like she's fucked up now, and apparently it has something to
Dude,
do with
that's
her.
so sad. Like Raven Simone.
Yeah. Well, that it makes sense now though, because you see that Orlando Brown, like he went off the rails, and the same
Yeah,
shit was probably going on over at Disney.
dude.
Holly weird. I
Mm-mm-mm.
mean, everywhere out
Holly
there. Anything
weird
is.
for sure.
She said Dan was a freak, had the one boy rub on all over him, and she said had the one boy rub peanut butter all over him, and dogs licked it off as a punishment.
What?
Wow. I see. I haven't watched the documentary yet.
But like the thing that blows my mind about this, and I haven't
Mhm.
watched the documentary, like I don't know what, everybody has a voice, everybody has a story, everybody's going to tell their
Yeah.
side.
Right.
Especially like in sexual assault cases, because I feel like there's so much grooming that
Right.
happens before the assault that
Mhm.
a lot of people talk about how, like, in hindsight, like, looking back, now I see it, but at the time, it just some of these weird things had become so normalized.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. That's just kind of, whatever.
Yeah.
But when I watch these things, I'm like, my kid can't go anywhere or do anything without me being like,
Right.
like just a million questions. If my kid's mood changes suddenly, I'm like, what was that? Where are we at? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I just can't imagine as a parent, um, just not having any clue. And
Well,
I don't know, maybe I never
I wonder
experienced
how
it.
many of these. I wonder how many of these parents were just like brushing it off because they wanted their kid to be famous because they thought there was going to be a lot of money in it. You know what I mean? Because I think there was a chance for your kid to be famous and rich and famous, and because I mean we had it on here where they were having that fundraiser event and the kids were in the fucking gymnasium sucking the teacher's toes.
Yeah,
So,
I saw that. What
and it's like, how does this stuff get to that point?
happened?
Like
How does
nobody
dude,
interfered. Nobody interfered and was like, "Yo, this ain't right." Same thing with the Nickelodeon shit. It's like it was happening to everybody. It's like, how did none of this? How did nobody step in and be like, "Yo, nah, we gonna have to chill."
there had to have been someone. There had to have been some producer, some
Mm,
camera person, somebody somewhere they weren't supposed to be at the right
yeah,
time that
yeah.
saw these things happening and didn't say anything? Like,
Didn't say
these
nothing.
kids are literally being preyed upon and no one said anything?
Well, I mean, it's
Couldn't be
just
me.
so. It just seems like it's everybody in Hollywood. So it's probably just they go out and recruit people that are into the same shit so that they know, hey, you're getting your little fix and you ain't gonna tell on us type shit. So it's probably like they just go out and recruit people, like-minded people, and then they just have this whole industry of fucking pedophiles taking advantage of these kids.
Crazy.
Amy said, "Want to see something crazy? Watch the Playboy Chronicles. Hugh Hefner was a
I've
monster."
actually heard, like, on TikTok, I've actually heard, like, a couple snippets of, like,
Yeah,
these women talking about how they would, like, literally have to, like, sleep after each other and do these wild things, and I'm just like,
yeah,
that's so crazy to think
mhm,
because for a long time, I mean, they even had shows, like, it was so glorified. It was
yeah.
weird. Like, I'm
Right.
watching it, I'm like, "It's weird," but, like, mm,
Well, I mean, like seeing that, like, okay, it ain't hard for me to believe that this old ass, freaky ass man in this mansion with a bunch of naked girls all the time. There
20-year-old
was,
girls.
yeah,
Yeah.
that there wasn't some fucking crazy shit going on. But what really blows my mind is when all these kid shows that I was watching when I was younger, a lot of them kids were being preyed on by the people that were producing the show and shit. Like, now that's
Dude, and these
wild.
parents. That's wild. Amy's comment
Parents,
is,
the parents being
dude,
oblivious. These parents were told to walk out during meetings and whatnot. I'm not that parent. My kid knows I would have to tear up the whole Nickelodeon studio.
whole
Yeah, bro.
studio tore
There ain't
up.
nothing, especially if my kid is not over the age of 18. There ain't nothing that you need to talk to them about that I can't be here for.
Mm-mm. Ain't none of us making
Period.
it out alive. Like we
None of
going the
us.
kids gonna be escorted out the meeting. Like, don't y'all worry, mommy got this. Go ahead and go to the
Yeah.
car, type of deal.
Yeah,
But
bro.
yeah, because up in
They had
flames.
a video with one of the producers on there. He's on there like apologizing, and I'm just like, fucking apology. Like, you need to be in jail,
Mm-mm.
bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care
Mm-hmm.
how long ago this shit happened. It happened. Too bad we didn't catch it back then, but we know what happened now. So lock him up. Because you know all that does to those people when they do shit like that and they get away with it for so long, it just makes them think that they can get away with it again.
More things, worse things.
She said there are tunnels under the Playboy Mansion where ladies were sodomized and screaming and nobody helped them. Bill Cosby is one of the most frequent visitors. God, not Bill. Not Bill. Gosh, man. See, this hurts my soul when shit comes out about people like this that I watched when I was older.
But
Okay, we're
I
on a
mean, yeah, we
go ahead.
kind of
You're
went
good.
down,
Yeah.
away here.
We're, yeah. So we are on an hour and 20. Do you got anything going on, Sarita, today?
Uh-uh. Well,
Okay.
actually, I do. I do actually at noon.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can give you 10 more minutes.
Okay. So there was just a few, half of them already been arrested. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So next thing I just wanted to go to. It's crazy. I'm just trying to keep up with the comments because they're going crazy today. We're gonna have a
You're going
conspiracy.
nuts.
Yeah,
You're
we're
gonna
gonna
have to
have
go
to have
back. You're gonna have to write some shit
yeah,
down.
we're gonna have to have a conspiracy theory Friday one day or some shit. So I did have a few other things, but we'll just recycle them over to the next show because we kind of got caught up in a
We
lot of
did.
shit here. So I want to play a game with you. I sound like the motherfucker else saw.
I want to play a game with you.
Yeah. So it was one of the things that you sent to me, kind of added my own twist on it, and we'll see where everybody's mind is at. So in the comments, let us know what your choice would be.
Ooh,
Also.
this is about to be good.
All right, you ready?
Ready?
City life or country life?
Country life. 100%.
Why?
Easy.
Why?
I don't like people. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I like my
Yeah.
space, man. Like
Yeah.
I like my space. Like right now where I'm living, we're too close. Like
Mhm.
we like to yell, we like to be crazy. I don't want people in my business. And I want to have like space for my chickens, my
Sure.
peacocks,
Yeah,
all
if you
that.
want to have animals, then yeah. Bethany said city. Uh, I would say city. I think it just depends on what city because I don't like. But I think Bethany is from Brooklyn, so she's
Bethany's from New
probably
York. I would expect her. I'm from New
yeah,
York, but I can't stand going back to New York.
yeah, yeah. I think she's from Brooklyn, so that makes sense that she would like being in the city. Um, I would rather be in a city because I don't like being too far away from shit. But I don't know if I'd be like being in a big city that was like overly crowded.
No, traffic. Ugh, traffic? What's that?
Would you prefer a night in or a night out clubbing?
I would prefer a night out, but not clubbing.
A night out
Like,
doing what? Like a dinner? So you don't so you
um,
would prefer like going out instead of just like staying home and watching a movie?
yeah, I stay home and watch
Okay.
movies all the time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I'm fucking
I
moved
would
out.
like I would go to like a bar or somewhere like, but I'm not gonna go to a club. Mm-mm.
Right. Okay. So Amy said country life. I don't like people either. People hella weird these days. I love my garden and peacefulness. Yeah,
I love gardening
Amy makes me think that she would be a country person too, especially if
for
she
sure.
believes in like staying away from people who could be a potential threat. As of right now, city. Dylan likes the city. Bethany said depends on how I'm feeling, laugh my ass off. I love staying home, but sometimes I get in moods where I want to go out. Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
sometimes you just gotta get out.
Yeah, and I mean, it's got to a point where there's not any more movies for me to watch. And it's like when you stay home, there's only so much you can fucking do.
Right. Sometimes I just want to be around people. Like I don't want to have to talk a bunch, but I do want to be around
Right.
other people.
Okay. Snow or rain?
Rain.
Yeah, I love the rain. I love thunderstorms.
Mm.
I would pick a thunderstorm over a sunny day. So
Really? Over a sunny day.
yeah. Oh yeah. I love a fucking there's just something so therapeutic about a thunderstorm. It's just like I will open the windows and I'll make it a whole thing to enjoy a
Charger for the
thunderstorm.
computer.
So yeah. Like I'll go during if it's a good thunderstorm, if it's a good thunderstorm, see, we've been on here for a minute, your computer going dead and everything.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling Dad's like, give me the charger.
See, like, there's been times I love thunderstorms so much. There's been times where like I'll go out and sit in my car and I'll pull back the shade on the sunroof just so I can look at the raindrops on the top of the sunroof window. Man, I love it. I love a good thunderstorm.
I love a good thunderstorm. Love a good thunderstorm.
Yeah. So iced coffee or hot coffee?
Hot. Hot coffee. I hate iced coffee.
Bethany said the rain. Amy said rain, especially the smell. Yeah.
Ooh, the smell. The smell of like wet dirt.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it.
It just smells like a new slate, man. It smells like
This is over here like
wet dirt.
wet dirt.
Just,
Ew.
yeah. It just smells like a new slate. You know, your slate
It
is
does.
clean.
Spring
You
is
know?
coming. Like in the mornings and like spring when it's starting to get warm, that smell in the air. Oh,
Yeah.
live for
Yeah.
it. Live for
Mhm.
it.
Bethany said iced coffee, any coffee, iced coffee,
I feel like it
green
doesn't have the
tin
same
roof.
effect if it's iced. Like there's a mental connection between the temperature of my coffee. I know I should be drinking iced coffee, but
Yeah.
in the summertime, 80-degree day, my coffee is hot.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it just depends on the temperature for me. Like, if it's summertime, I'll get an iced coffee every time. If it's cold as fuck outside, I'll get a hot coffee. It just depends on the temperature for me outside. Like when it gets around
Rain with the
Christmas
tin.
time,
Yeah.
we're on the tin roof. When it gets around Christmas time, I'll get me a hot like something with a little bit of peppermint in it. You know, get me in the holiday spirit and
I
shit.
love a good peppermint tea. It's my favorite
Yeah,
tea.
yeah. But like in the summertime when it's hot as fuck, I'm not about to sit there and drink a hot ass coffee when it's 90 degrees outside. Amy said, "You speak to my soul about coffee."
I think we are kindred spirits, Amy.
You guys are
I
a
think
lot
we are.
alike so far. Start. You guys can start the
We're gonna
gun
have to
club
start.
on your on your way to the on your way to the range. You guys can get coffee and
Hopefully, there's
just
a
make a day
garden
out of it.
beside the
Yeah,
range and a
yeah,
farm, and we can just like boom, boom, boom all in a day.
right. And this is a tough one. I had a hard time deciding. Hold on, I want to make sure I get everybody. She said, "Don't play with my coffee. My kids laugh at me drinking in the heat." Yeah, I can't do that. Can't
Period.
do that.
Period.
Halloween or Christmas?
I love. Okay, Christmas. I don't like Halloween. I don't celebrate it really.
I love See, okay, so I think that's your Latino roots coming in there because I know a lot of Mexicans, their parents wouldn't let them celebrate Halloween growing up.
It was not a big
Uh,
deal for no.
right.
Mm-mm.
Do you guys do like a harvest day in replace of it or something like that?
No, we didn't do
Or
anything. Like, I
okay,
mean, like we kind of like, my parents weren't gonna be like, you can't go celebrate Halloween, but it just it
right.
would if I didn't say anything, it would
No
just be
big deal.
another day.
Right. Yeah. I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I like get my little coffee with the peppermint in and all that. But I love Halloween. And I don't know if it has to do with me being born in October or not. But like
Okay.
I love going to like haunted houses and shit like that. I love
Ugh.
decorating. Like I love Halloween, you know.
What's so fun about it? Like, what's so fun about it?
What's so fun about Halloween?
What's so great about Halloween? Being scared?
I don't know. I like scary movies. I don't know.
Mm,
Like I just like I can't really explain it. That's crazy that you asked that because I never really thought about it like that. But it's just like I don't know. I like it might be more of a nostalgia thing.
mm.
I don't know.
Okay. I can
I
I
just
can
love
understand
Halloween.
that.
Like I love haunted houses. Like some of my favorite movies are like uh scary movies like fucking Freddy Krueger and Jason and all that stuff. And I mean fucking What was the name of that fucking movie? Why can't I think of it now? We'll come back to it. Amy said she likes Christmas. Bethany said, "Oh, that's a hard one. I love both of them. I love both of them, but I feel like Halloween just takes that. I don't know, man. I feel like I get into Halloween more than I do Christmas, but I love Christmas too.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Because you got to think of Halloween. Halloween is where like the weather is perfect for me around Halloween because it's not too hot, it's not too cold. You can go to the fucking, you can go out to the corn mazes and pumpkin patches and
There are
haunted
things to
houses and
do,
all that stuff.
but I
Yeah,
just think like I like fall. Like I don't think about
right.
Halloween. I like
Yeah.
fall.
Well, look. As soon as it's October 1st, I get in my Halloween zone. So
We're gonna have to do an episode from a
yeah,
pumpkin patch.
yeah, yeah. Be set up in the pumpkin patch. It's the thrill, the scare raises the endorphins. Yeah, it might be that, but I also hate roller coasters. So I'm not like one of those people that crave an adrenaline rush. So
Mm,
I really don't. Bethany
no.
said I absolutely love doing the family costumes and going trick or treating.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bethany's into like the cute stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. So I'm not into Halloween because I like worship the devil or nothing like that. It's just like I don't know. It's
I don't
just
know,
like
all this
nah.
alien talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, now aliens ain't necessarily evil. God damn, we
Might
can't
be.
call them evil. If
Not them
anybody's
out here
evil,
fighting with sticks and doing all kinds of weird stuff.
hey, if anybody's evil, it's humans. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
because if they're as smart as we think they are, then they could have done destroyed us a long time ago. So the fact that they're having some mercy, you know, I wouldn't call them evil.
Mm,
Amy said, just
mm.
give me the candy and the chocolate. I'll take the holidays. I'll take all the holidays. Yeah.
I just love Christmas.
Well, let me give you this
That's
one.
my birthday month. My birthday's in December too, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, see, my birthday's in October, so it might have something to do with the month you were born. Um, let me give you this scenario or this choice. Because you're a big gathering person. Um, you love gathering with your family. Would you
Love it.
do Christmas? Would you pick Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Mm. Honestly, I would pick Thanksgiving. I think there's a lot less pressure around
Yeah.
Thanksgiving to like, gotta do this, gotta get that, gotta buy this person, whatever, whatever.
Mhm.
There's so many expectations with Christmas, but
Right.
Thanksgiving, you can eat, you can drink. It's usually a long weekend. Like
Mm,
that's it's.
mm.
I talk about eating
Yeah.
and drinking a lot.
Yeah. Some of the best.
Some
Some
of
of
the
the
best
best
times
stuff.
happen when you're doing that.
Yeah. But like the whole Christmas gift buying thing, that shit does get stressful, and I ain't got to do none of that on Halloween. So
Right. That's true.
Bethany said, "I'm with you, Trey. I believe in all that stuff. Aliens, ghosts, Bigfoot, LOL."
I'm telling you, Trey, you got to start a
Yeah.
club.
Well,
Too many of
I'm
y'all in
telling
here, man.
Sarita, if you would just like do a little bit of research into it, I'm telling you, you would be like, okay, I'm going to convert you. I'm going to convert you eventually, and then you're going to be like, yo, Bryson, um, there are aliens.
You know, it's just one of those things where like I only have so much space and I don't want to take up space with the
Mm,
aliens in my head.
right. Amy said this was fun, y'all. It's always a good chat. Usually some laughs in between. This morning show is great. Appreciate you being on, Amy.
Oh, thanks, Amy.
Just got a couple more for you, and then we'll get up out of here. All right.
Okay.
Pizza or hamburger?
Ooh, this is a hard one. Gonna have to go with okay, if I'm in New York, it's pizza, hands down.
Mm,
I've never
yeah.
had a pizza that good before. Anywhere else,
Right.
probably a burger.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'd probably do pizza, and I don't really care where from. I'm not a big burger person.
I don't care where.
uh, would you give up guacamole or give up queso?
Probably probably have to give up queso
Mm.
for health purposes, really.
Amy
I love
said
them both.
pizza. Bethany said pizza. What did you say you would give up?
I'd give up queso.
Oh yeah,
I
probably.
love
Yeah,
queso,
yeah.
but
I love guac. Yeah, I love guacamole too, though. I don't
giving up guacamole, Bethany, she's fired.
Hey, so Bethany giving up guacamole. Hey, some people
Oh,
love
she's
cheese, bro.
some people
Some people
do. It's hard.
they
That's a
love
hard one.
cheese. Like I love cheese, but it's like, you know what about guacamole? Like I didn't start eating guacamole until like probably 3 years ago, and really got into
Was
it.
that when you met Magali?
Yeah, and then really got into it. But before that, like I never even ate an avocado before that, I don't think.
What?
Yeah,
No, like my family will like slice up an avocado, eat it with rice and beans. Like
right.
that's normal.
Oh yeah. Amy like avocado and toast. Yeah,
Mm.
like Duncan's got that avocado toast with like the little bacon bites on it.
You need to do avocado toast with
Yeah.
everything bagel seasoning on it. So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I
She
believe
said I
that.
absolutely love queso. Queso is good.
Queso is fire.
Chipotle got nothing on my guac. Yeah, homemade guac is that
Oh,
shit.
no, yeah, you can't compare. You can't compare.
Yeah. All right, and last one, and in my opinion, probably the toughest one. Would you give up pasta or give up potatoes? And when I say potatoes, I mean everything that you make with potatoes, like French fries, all that shit.
Pasta. Gotta go.
Mm. You would give up pasta?
I'd give up pasta.
That's tough, bro. That's tough.
Look at your I can see you
Cause
over there doing mental gymnastics on this one.
man, because I love my Alfredo and my spaghettis and
I love
macaroni and
it.
cheese. Macaroni and
It w
cheese?
The question wasn't how much do you love it? The question
Mm,
was which one would you give up? Because I love them both.
yeah, yeah. But I love potatoes too. Like I love a good McDonald's French fry.
Oh my gosh, a fry or like loaded potatoes, mashed
Mhm.
potatoes, twice baked potatoes.
I think that's why I
Ugh,
would do potatoes because like I love macaroni and cheese, but I think I could substitute it with cheesy potatoes. Like cheesy potatoes is one of my favorite dishes.
I could do it. I could do
Hmm.
it.
See what they got. Bethany said potatoes. I love, love, love pasta, like my absolute favorite. Yeah,
Mm,
like that's a
so
tough one
hard.
for me. And I said
Scallop
probably the
potatoes,
hardest.
yes.
Yeah, I like pasta, scallop potatoes. Yeah. Jackie Twine said pasta. I love every form of potatoes.
Hey, sis know
Potatoes,
what time it is. Sis always knows
man.
what time it is.
Potatoes is a hard one, bro. Like
Potato
there's so
skins.
much.
Oh my god. Yes,
Mm,
bro.
I'll act like a
I'm
little
hungry.
slut over
I
some
haven't had
potatoes.
breakfast yet. It's 11:30. I haven't eaten anything.
Yeah.
Talking about
That's
food.
what I'm saying though. Like
Get tight.
the potato, like you can put potatoes in any part of your day.
Anything. Like anything.
Like, like ain't nobody waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning and having Alfredo for
Now I'll
breakfast.
fry up some potatoes and some eggs.
Man, what? Some shredded hash browns.
Man.
Come on, there's just so much shit that you can do with it.
Throw some peppers in there, onions.
Amy said we sound like Forrest Gump with the potato. Jackie Twine said potato skins.
Oh,
That's an all American appetizer right there.
dude, potato
Come on,
skins,
don't
like
even get me
extra
started.
salt, the right cheese, the right
And if they're
bacon,
if
sour
they're done
cream.
right, I like the
Mm.
potato skins. I like the potato skins where they put. It seemed like they put a whole half a slap of bacon on that whole potato skin.
Man, man. Mm.
Man, we grew our own potatoes this past year. Yeah, I wish that's
I'm
what I
doing
need
that
to
this
start
year.
doing.
I'm doing that
I
this
need to
year.
get I need to get a garden. Hey, if you end up growing some tomatoes, let me
Oh,
know.
those are easy. Tomatoes are so easy. Like you cannot kill those things.
I kill anything. If I don't matter what I plant,
I
it's
kill
dead.
everything.
I'm a mass murderer when it comes to plants.
You
Shit.
can't kill
But
tomatoes, bro. If you can kill tomatoes, you are like you're really good at killing plants.
yeah, Ralphie's do got some good potato skins. But all right, y'all,
I
we've
haven't
been
eaten
going
at
for.
Ralphie's in a decade, probably.
Hey, I fuck with their chicken chunks, man. That's my go-to.
Really?
Shaq know about it. They have the best ranch in the state. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna
I've
have to
tried to
go
buy.
visit because I don't remember liking Ralphie's that much.
Now I've heard that Marion Ralphie's is the best Ralphie's. Everybody says Ralphie's everywhere else is terrible, but
Really?
their ranch is fucking amazing, Sarita. I've even asked them. I'm like, can I buy a gallon of your ranch? And they was like, well, we can't sell it like that. I was like, can you tell me how you make it? And they told me like
TikTok,
they get.
TikTok knows. TikTok knows.
Yeah, that's why I got checked. They said they use like the Hidden Valley packets and then they mix milk and mayonnaise and all this. I don't know. It's
They
just a
ain't
whole thing.
doing
I
all
was
that
like,
in Ralphie's. They ain't doing all
yeah,
that. They're doing all
I don't
that. You
know.
don't think so,
I,
right?
shit, I don't know what they're doing, but it's working. I
They
don't
don't
know
want
what
to
they're
tell you
doing.
because there's some shit you don't want to hear.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but it's working. Yeah. Denny's got some
I
good ranch too. Yeah. Okay.
in the
Okay. Yeah,
trunks of the.
I'm a big
Look, see,
ranch
we
connoisseur.
okay.
We gonna make another podcast called Ranch at Noon.
Ranch.
We're just gonna
You
be on here
what?
trying to hold different kinds of ranches.
Can you what? Yeah.
Yes, they do all that. Yeah, Bethany said they do all that. See, I
No,
told
they
you.
don't. No, they
Hey,
don't,
don't.
Bethany.
Hey,
Stop it.
don't play
That's like
Ralphie's
a
like they ain't on
really
it.
that's a really like elaborate thing.
Hey, she worked there. Try another one. Try another one. I worked
Bethany, she probably had to sign an NDA. She's
man.
just saying all that. She's saying that.
Try
She ain't
another one.
being for real.
Try another one, Sarita. Don't try to downgrade Ralphie's like they ain't doing all that. Hey, listen,
Oh man.
the food can be mediocre as fuck, but if you got some good ranch to dip it in, I'm coming back.
I feel like the chunks were kind of dry. Like
Yeah,
the drinks were not good.
right.
I don't know.
He said y'all hilarious. Amy
But
said,
Bethany signed an NDA. She gonna say
mm.
whatever. It ain't the real thing.
Said the
For
NDA.
sure.
They making y'all sign NDAs for Ralphie's now. Real mayo, buttermilk, and ranch packets.
Man.
Hey, matter of fact, Bethany, if you worked there for years, go ahead and hit the
Right. What's the
ingredients in the
recipe
comments.
then? What's the
Man,
recipe then?
because this lady told me some quick shit over the phone, and I forgot all about it as soon as I got off.
Over the
It was like,
phone?
I called him.
He called in for the ranch recipe. Wow.
Sarita,
That's
I ain't playing.
crazy.
I'm playing about this shit because when I was at the restaurant, right?
Wow.
When I was at the restaurant, they had some uppity ass girl working there. Like she didn't want to. She was acting like this shit was confident. Like she was acting like it was the Krabby Patty secret formula and shit. And she was treating me like plankton. So I asked her if I could buy a gallon of the ranch or some bigger form of the ranch so I could have it for a while. She's like, no, we don't sell it like that. She wouldn't give me the recipe. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go call in and see if I can get somebody else on the phone and ask them how to do it. And they told me how to make it. I was just like, man, this shit's too complicated because I don't know the
That's what I'm
measurement.
saying, though. That's what I'm saying. Bethany
Yeah,
is Team Trey right now because they ain't doing all
yeah.
that.
Because I'll put too much mayonnaise or too much milk and it'll be fucked up and I done wasted my money
I
on
want
all
to
this
see it. You
shit.
know what? We're going to Ralphie's and we're going to post up and be like, we want to see it. We want to
Yeah.
see it
See how
because
this
I
shit
don't
goes
believe
down.
it.
It's the best. If I don't think Shaq's on here anymore, but Shaq will even attest, bro. He even says Ralphie's got the best ranch.
I'm on this side.
See you later, Dylan. Appreciate you tuning in. We
Dylan's
have
over
been
here
going.
lurking. It's been a while. It's
We
been a
have
minute.
yeah. We have been going for an hour and 45. Appreciate
Is this a
everybody who
record?
tuned in.
Is this a
That's a
record?
record. That's a record. We ain't been that long. Yeah. An hour and 45 today, everybody. So appreciate everybody who tuned in, everybody that participated, commented,
So
you
see
know what
what? Wait, hold
I'm
on. Before you leave, see what she said. See,
saying?
she playing with you. She playing with y'all.
Nah, chill, man. They mixing the potato. Yeah. Yeah, they did tell me to go to GFS and get the big tubs of it.
See what I'm
So
saying?
yeah. She said, have a
All right,
wonderful
y'all.
weekend, y'all. Always love tuning in. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Go check out
Yes,
TNS
we'll see you next
Bartending.
week.
We'll be at Connect Co-work sometime next week, Friday. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a good day.
Have a good day. See ya.